Linda and I met when we were both in college. We had friends who fixed us up on a blind date, kind of the classic story. We were married right out of college in 1971. We'd had some indications that she was having trouble following instructions. I think the thing I noticed first was when we went to a neighborhood party and they had a game, but she had a lot of trouble playing the game. She couldn't understand the instructions, and I found that very shocking because she's a smart person and never had any problems like that before. She was 53 at that point. Getting the news about an illness like that, it's like a moment that you never forget. It's a huge shock. It took a long time to really understand what it meant. Hello. Hello. Do you want to walk too? Right. So are you going to go on a trip with me? Go. Shall we go somewhere? Go. Where should we go? Okay. Sounds good. How about Culver's? I keep meaning to take you to Culver's. There's a Culver's right nearby. You get a hot fudge sundae.
Our vision is a world without Alzheimer's. But our mission is really to advance research towards a cure and prevention, to enhance care and support for families and people affected by the disease, and ultimately to promote brain health so that less people will have this disease in the future.
For 30 years, the Minnesota North Dakota chapter of the Alzheimer's Association has led the fight against Alzheimer's disease and is tirelessly working to improve the lives of people impacted by offering help and hope. As the premier source of information, support, and hope for those with Alzheimer's disease, their families, and caregivers, we offer a broad range of programs and services statewide.
In all those ways, they really are a remarkable organization. You know, I've been attending support groups for 5 or 6 years now, probably. To me, that's like the first line of defense. That's where people first get involved with each other, find that they're not alone, find that they're not isolated.
We just kind of informally share what's been happening like David did, and then we break out into sessions.
It's a great mixture of, you know, kind of heavy emotional stuff versus really practical stuff. A lot of moments where we just kind of say, here's the terrible thing that's been happening this month, and start crying, and everyone cries with you for a while. And even that is just a tremendous relief and service.
With respect to the early identification of people at risk, I think we're gaining a lot of information about imaging tests and biomarkers that are going to be actually useful at predicting the progression for the disease. On the therapy side of the house, I think some very important and exciting drugs and vaccinations, a variety of different therapies are being studied right now that will likely prove successful in the future at forestalling the progression of the disease. There are over 90,000 people in the state of Minnesota who have Alzheimer's disease right now, and many of these families depend very heavily on the Alzheimer's Association for support, for educational issues, as well as bringing money in for research to conquer this disease in the future.
We all can advocate. We can all step forward and use our voices to tell our stories, to make a difference, to educate other people about what's really going on. It's going to take lots of people coming together, engaging as advocates, as donors, as volunteers, in our office, on the phones, writing checks, going to Washington, going to St. Paul. We need all kinds of people with all sorts of talents that really feel like they can join in this cause and make a difference. And watch out, because we're coming and we're not going to be silent.
It's hard to find someone who isn't touched by this disease in some way. And so I think the first step is for everyone to realize how pervasive it is and to start to reach out to each other.
Please join us in our fight.